I am Jorge Corta. This is the second part of a video explaining why, from an artistic viewpoint, uh, the production of David S. Sterling is representative of a particular interest in formal experimentation. In simple terms, would be why what David S. Sterling has developed as movies is a production that is important. Well, naturally, it can be important for everyone. It is important for specific people. I was indicating that um, in the movie that 27, the 27 Club, it is possible to see that David S. Sterling is one of the producers. And this frame appears between 8 minutes 16 seconds and 8 minutes 20 seconds. Okay, now I am interested in this scene. The director of the movie is Patrick Fogarty, and the movies was made in 2019. The production company is Cleopatra Entertainment. The executive producer is Brian Pereira. Okay, here we see this scene. You can notice there are two characters, a male character and a female character. What is very interesting is that they are next to each other. What you see is the camera setup. There are two viewpoints, one at the right and one at the left. And when one or the other character speaks, you can see that the focus is placed on one of them. It doesn't matter if he's talking or not. The main point is that this is a particular case that is very interesting. It's not these scenes are not usually developed with these film techniques. There is a way of looking at the movies based on appreciating them as a flux of film techniques, where the camera is placed, how it is lighted, how the source of light is placed, in what position is the camera, up there looking down, or down looking up. So the point is that you have many possibilities of combining the images, but not only the images. You can move the camera or keep it static. You can make the camera develop eccentric movements. So the main point, and they usually a frame. You see the square angles here. Why don't the filmmakers use circles or triangles or stars? You see that there is a very limited number of options in mainstream movies. The language is a specific one. It's like speaking several languages. If you speak Italian, if you speak German, if you speak Spanish, if you speak Greek, if you speak any other language and you speak English, you have the possibility of communicating with more people. Eventually, if you talk to someone else, to someone who speaks those languages, you will understand other cultures, because the way we speak and we think also conditions the way we look at the world. And art is creating, the artist creates its own language. My point is that This particular situation that should be analyzed carefully is sort of unusual. Probabilistically, it is possible that it could not be found in a mainstream movie because this is a combination of other techniques. As in everything I am saying, it demands also a longest explanation. Yeah, let's say only that this situation is very interesting because it seems a combination of a couple of techniques where you place the actors in a similar position. Okay, this wouldn't be possible, this experimentation wouldn't be possible without budget constraints, because if you have all the possibilities of applying a particular language, you will do it. But in these cases, in productions that have a restricted budget, there are, well, big budgets also have restrictions, even though they are not noticed and they are sold as the art form, because it is assumed that they have been at the utmost state of the art situation, but that's a fallacy. Okay, there is a lot to discuss about it. Well, the main point is that this particular language where you have two characters, almost you are looking at two characters almost from a, well, this is not a frontal perspective. It's just changing from the right side to the left side, and this is very interesting. Well, everything demands time. I'm sorry. The following one is a variant, a variation, because this scene happens at, well, it's not the scene, it's a little part of the scene at 58 minutes contents with 10 seconds and 58 minutes with 19 seconds. And what you can see here is two male characters, and the focus is first on this character, later on this one, and it changes in one take. It's very interesting because usually to make this work you need both characters at a bigger distance, but they are almost at the same distance from the camera. And this seems to be a variation of this other technique. Okay, so in this movie there is a particular formal experimentation. Can we attribute that to the director, to the editor? Well, this was shot in a particular way, but the director was trying to do something in, in an environment with a restricted material, with restricted material sources. So these kind of things happen. Second, you don't need to imitate mainstream movies, because art not is about that. Well, but if you do that and you have situations where you are forced to create your own language, that is extremely important, because you can see that the potential of the medium is being used, is being explored. Orson Welles also said the same. For everything I say, there are many entries to expand the discourse. So the main point in this case would be that the important thing is making movies. It doesn't matter if you don't have money at all, or if you have a bit of it. This is distinctive in the case of David S. Sterling, because, for example, there are